Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Sam B right here with the Tune Up Show. So check it out, right? So been hearing a lot about this Texas shooter thing in Uvalde, Texas, and just want to go over some bases with it. Hear about the police response time and how it took them almost an hour to get into the school to take the shooter down in the first place, and that all to me just seems weird because there's also speculation, well, not speculation, actual facts that the cops went in to get their children out first, but they stopped other parents from getting their kids out. How does that work? How indeed does that work? Got Fox News here. They're talking with a former SWAT officer, and he's going to help us try to understand that. Let's see what happens.
Here now, Chad Ayers, former assistant SWAT team commander, and Michael Julian, active shooter survival instructor. All right, Chad, in terms of the proper protocol, from what I understand, waiting an hour is not it. Aren't you supposed to run right towards the fire and eliminate the shooter as fast as humanly possible?
You're exactly right, Jesse, and that's how we train. Is the moment that call comes out, you don't wait on your backup. You go straight there. If you can't get through the front door, you drive your patrol car through the front door. You have to get in there, just like you finished talking about. Every second is another life, and we know that you can bleed out in 3 to 5 minutes. It's absolutely devastating. And it looks like once they got in there, they got hung up at a door. There's reports talking about, that they needed a key and they couldn't get a key. Look, there's Knox boxes for firemen to get in. It's very frustrating that there was not ways to breach that door or tool.
Yeah, that's weird to me because I mean I'm from North Philadelphia, and trust me, if the cops want in, trust me, they not looking around for a key to get inside. Okay, let's just put that on notice real fast. Okay, so that's why to me this whole thing seems a bit shady. It seems real. It seems a bit shady to me.
And again, look, it's very early, Jesse. We don't know all the facts and the exact timeline yet. So I want to be careful to Monday morning quarterback anything. But you're absolutely.
And check this out. I think this is actual video. I don't know if they're going to say it, but maybe I should just let it play on. But I think this is them pinning down a parent that was trying to get inside the school for one of their kids. I don't know if they're going to actually say that. They could just blah it. But let's see what happens.
Absolutely right. Our job is to get in there and to eliminate and neutralize that threat as quickly as possible.
Yeah, Michael, what is your assessment of what went down during that hour while they waited for tactical to come?
Yeah, same as Chad. I wasn't there, but based on what I'm being told, there's a lot of mistakes made. It's very unfortunate. The reason you have got to engage immediately is for the gunman's going to do one of three things. Re-engage the law enforcement. They're going to try and escape, but more often than not, they're going to kill themselves. But either way, whatever they're doing, they're now not trying to kill innocents. So the sooner you engage and get in there and make that happen, the sooner the thing's going to end.
Chad, I imagine there was a window in the classroom. I mean, it's a first-story building. All these classrooms have at least one window. Would someone have thought maybe just to circle around to the outside, probably while the shooter's focused on the door, and maybe try to get a shot through the window? Because the kids are short and they're on the ground. And this guy's 18, he's tall, his head's sticking right out. Why couldn't you just put one right through his head through the window?
Wow, that's pretty bold, Larry. that's pretty bold. But hey, I mean, that to me that sounds about right. I mean, I don't understand how there's an active shooter. This guy, kid, whatever, he's in there. He's shooting kids, but yet they still wait an hour. I mean, are you waiting for him to just run out of ammo? I mean, it's one kid, one gun. Texas police, oh no, I'm sorry, Uldave Police Department. You guys really dropped the ball on this one. I have to honestly say that you really dropped the ball because had it been my kid in there, believe me, no cop would have been able to stop me. All right, you would have. They would have probably shot me. Okay, because there was nobody going to stop me. I'd have been first for one. Most people in Texas are already armed, so Texas is supposed to be the wild wild west in the South. You know what I mean? So yeah, if it had been my kid, trust me, you might as well just shoot me too, because I'm not waiting for no police to get inside of school where my son is, and there's supposedly a shooter inside. No. It doesn't go down like that. I'm already in there, Die Hard style, in the damn vents. Believe that.
Well, that's what I'm having trouble understanding, because there are reports out there, Jesse, where they were breaking windows to get other students out. Why weren't they breaking the window, to get those students out, or to take a shot to eliminate that? Here in the upstate of South Carolina, many of the schools have numbers on the exterior windows, and that is for that reason, for law enforcement to be able to see and know what room they're in from the outside, and hopefully be able to breach that window and take a shot and end this thing as quick as possible.
Michael, what else tactically went wrong here besides the waiting around? So he crashes his vehicle. Police are aware about the grandmother being shot in the face. He's firing rounds at a funeral home across the street. He's ripping off rounds into the school as he walks in. There's a 12-minute gap right there before he even enters the school. What else do you have to say?
Well, from what I understand from somebody that was in the governor's briefing initially, they actually had gotten word. The grandmother was successful in calling. They knew and sat on the information and did not immediately act and shut the school down. That's how he was able to actually gain entrance to it. Then not going in immediately. We learned after Columbine that you have got to get in. You don't set up a perimeter and wait for SWAT or anything. As soon as the second officer arrives, you go in as a team and you engage. So just the waiting and not knowing, I'm guessing, I wasn't there, I'm guessing the training is not recent, not up to date, and that led to a lot of these problems.
Yeah, Chad, isn't that the lesson?
That's crazy. To me, that's nutty, because Columbine was well over 30 years ago. Or just about 30 years ago, 25, 30 years ago. So you mean to tell me no police force in the nation decided to, I don't know, maybe have some kind of requirements or some kind of tactic maneuvers that they developed over the last 30 years? This is what makes all these school shootings so shady looking, because you want to be able to say, you want to be able to say, hey, this was a real school shooting. It's not a conspiracy theorist. It wasn't fake. You want to be able to say that, but then it's stuff like this that happens where the police wait a whole hour, and then supposedly they've already had a certain amount of information, where in any other case they would have been right on it and right in the middle of it. Okay. It just all seems shady to me. And this report's been coming out all day that this kid was on Facebook, on social media. And that's another thing too. Social media plays a really big part in these mass shootings, these school shootings. Where's the scrutiny on Facebook? Where's the scrutiny for Instagram or Snapchat? Okay, where's the scrutiny? Why isn't Facebook reporting these things when they see potential terrorist threats being put down? I mean, they managed to take down all the Donald Trump stuff. They get an A+ for that. But for some reason, every time a potential terrorist threat against a school or a certain neighborhood or a certain class of people, okay, most likely impoverished areas, for some reason, Facebook, they just seem to drop the ball. Oh, well, we had no idea. We didn't know whether or not to take it serious or not. So I was like, whatever. And that's my biggest issue with with this administration right now, because they want to pick and choose what they want to believe is priority or not, even though the majority of people in this country have already said and stated what they believe to be high priority. But I'm going to get to this article real fast. And it's from InfoWars, right? And it says, it's titled Bombshell, Classmate Reveals Uvalde Shooter Not a Good Person, comma, Hurt Animals. All right, let's read a little bit of this. A classmate of Uvalde shooter Salvador Ramos recalls the 18-year-old assailant who murdered 21 people was not a good person and sometimes hurt animals. Red flags that run contrary to claims he had no known mental health issues. Well, that's a main red flag. Any kid that is known for hurting animals or even doing any kind of harm or any type of any kind of abuse to any kind of animals, that's mostly that's your gateway mental illness right there. Because if they'll harm a little animal like a kitten or a puppy, okay, or a squirrel or something, okay, that means this person most likely will not be up to no good. All right, actually they got a little YouTube link, so let's see what happens.
High school senior Ivan Arellano said when he received this message from his friend last night, it broke his heart. He knew Layla Salazar, one of the children killed inside Robb Elementary. Her older brother is Ivan's good friend.
Whenever we were young, she would like mess with us whenever we would all hang out together. And yeah, I feel bad for Nick.
Ivan also says he knew the gunman well and described him as a bully.
Salvador Ramos was a boy who was not bullied. He would try to pick on people but fail, and it would aggravate him. I would like to get that out of the way. He was not bullied. He, prior, and I don't see this covered, and I'm going to put this out there, he would hurt animals. He was not a good person.
Ivan is hurting, and he wants his friend to know he is deeply sorry for his loss.
All of your friends love you, Nick, and we want you to be okay, and we're here for you.
Wow. So right there from the horse's mouth, so to speak, Salvador Ramos was a boy who was not bullied. And, well, I mean, he pretty much summed up this article. So I'm just going to go back to what I was saying, and I'm going to wrap this up. So, look, man, and with that little, like I said, this whole thing I could have went down so many different avenues with this topic. The first thing, when it comes to mass shootings, when they catch the assailant, it goes. I mean, it's so many mass shootings, school shootings. You can't even name them all. But one thing I do notice is that it's always around election time. Okay, it's always around. It can never just be. It's always these random acts of violence, especially around election time. A lot of times it's during a Democratic administration, and at the end of the day, no matter what's conspiracy theory or not, whether or not that these assailants, these terrorists, they're all under some kind of MK Ultra Manchurian Candidate style. If anyone's seen that movie before, you know what I'm talking about. But the main focus is that people died, children died because no matter why it happened, no matter when it happened, or how it happened. The fact is that people died. Children died. Okay? And they've obviously they transcend into the spiritual world, and they're with God right now. Those innocent children, they're with God now. Just my heart goes out to the families, and it's sad because you want to report the news, but yet you want to still hit key notes on certain things, on why certain things happen. And I'm a two-way advocate. So my main goal is to, you need to start arming these teachers. Okay, I think the principal needs to open carry. Okay, because let me tell you something. I truly believe that. I think these so-called terrorists, these bullies, it's just like that kid said. That boy, he was the bully, and when someone didn't act the way he wanted to, if he didn't get the kind of reaction that he wanted, then it will bother him. Okay, so that means not only was he a bully, but he was a fire starter as well. So this kid, he Salvador Ramos, the kid, he said he was not bullied. Okay, he said he will go out the shooter will go out of his way to try to pick on people, but it will fail and it will aggravate him. That means that's a kid that's out here trying to look for power. Okay, that's what that looks like to me. And obviously that's a sociopath. Someone that's a sociopath, power hungry. So it makes a lot of sense that this kid was obviously mentally disturbed. Spiritual level was probably at a low. And when you got somebody that's already going through mental issues, when you have a person that's already out there, hurting animals as a child, the direction is only down from there. But hey, you know what? That's the Tune Up Show, guys. I'm Sam B. And look, if you see this video, if you agree with me, do you think that teachers and the principal should be armed? Hey, fight for that right. Talk to your congressman or congresswoman. We need to get this dealt with, because the longer we go unarmed and untrained, these terrorists, these people, these kids, whoever they are, they're going to feel like your children are open season. And they're going to start shooting some people up, because they know schools is the number one place where there are little to no armed personnel there. Okay? So that's the show, and I'm out of here. Peace!